I was like, I do not want to exist anymore. I'm a shell walking around with nothing.
That, my dear brown head of corn. Sometimes I feel like that. Let's go for this trap.
Nothing of substance inside. And I got all kinds of money in the bank, but I just don't want to wake up when I go to sleep. I just wish that I.
Well, we have one thing in common, except for one thing. You had money. If only I had money, I would not feel like this. I'd want to live. I don't want to die because I'm too afraid to die. So every time I talk about killing myself, I'm never gonna kill myself. I'm too afraid to do. I'm too afraid to die. But if only I had money, I'd be so fucking happy. If only I had money. No, money cannot buy you happiness. For the things I need to be happy, I need money to get them. One in my head full of hair back. I will not become a productive member of society. I'm just gonna leech off y'all until I get my head full of hair. Y'all don't care enough to help me raise the money to get my hair transplanted, so fuck you. Brownhead, you talk. Let's let Brownhead talk some more.
I could just stay asleep, and and the only thing that made me want to breathe and live was my daughter. So I'm thinking,
I definitely am now a family man, family guy. The only thing that makes me want to live right now is if I can get my songs out in the public, get a top 10 hit. But for that, I need a producer. I got a shitload of songs I've written, but Brian Hill, will you help me find a producer? I believe in Jesus. I got saved November 2014. But let me tell you something. Yeah. Night. You too.
Take your shaving.
Sir?
Shaving.
Do what?
You're shaving.
Yes. Night.
Night, boy.
Love you. Yes. I love my family. I do. But let me tell you something. The good old days are past and gone. My grandparents are dead. My beloved childhood home at 1410 Farngate Road. If I had only had money, I'd be still living there today. And they would not have cut down the plum tree that I planted when I was in grade school. I would own the land on the trails I made in my childhood. You know, the trails are still there after 29 years. But they tore down the church because I didn't have enough money to buy the church and pay off the local government and move Felix Harvey Freeway 100 miles north and spare the church, the old Negro church, built in 1975, I think. If I had money, I can get my hair transplanted and look good, be a good-looking guy, maybe get a little cosmetic surgery. Folks, even with Jesus, if I do not have at least my cosmetic surgery, I will not live. God's going to have to either force me to do this, be a productive member of society, and I'll never do it willingly. He'll have to force me. He'll have to make me do it the whole way. Unless God himself will have to strike me dead. He would have to deliver me over to the devil for the destruction of the flesh, my flesh, that my spirit may be saved in the day of our Lord Jesus Christ. This is just what it is. This is just what it is. It is. Everything I've wanted, truly wanted, I've never been able to get. And after 30 years, 35 years, it starts to eat away at one's mental health and starts to make him into a desperate guy willing to do criminal acts. Yes, I've been a criminal. I have a rap sheet of crimes that never got charged to me because I was too smart to get away with them. I'd be doing some time if the crimes I committed I had been caught and charged and prosecuted. Now what are some of these crimes? Bitch, I'm gonna have to plead the fifth. Don't you know a felony in North Carolina has no statute of limitations? If I start confessing to felonies I did, I can still get thrown under the bus. Folks, even with Jesus, if I cannot be a good-looking guy, if I can at least have one song in the top 10 that I wrote, I got one on Amazon, iTunes, CD Baby, Spotify, Bandcamp, but nobody. I'm not pulling the big numbers, probably because I'm not a good-looking guy. Maybe the song is not as good as I thought it was. Because let's face it, the cream always rises to the top. If you're on social media and you cannot pull big numbers, you are a complete loser. And that's me. Single with double-digit views. Sometimes, if God would let me die in my sleep, that would be fine. Why live on this planet when I'm not happy? My family loves me, but y'all don't. My family, I can be the biggest loser in the world. My mom and dad are still gonna love me. I want some of that superficial love. I want some of that love that you have to earn by being good looking or talented. I want this. If I cannot have this, I don't want to wake up. But I don't want to die because I'm scared to die. Because what if there is no life after death after all? What if I die and I find out it's lights out, game over, oblivion? So I'm having doubts about God, Jesus. I still believe I have my doubts. And I found this world, Christians in this world are the biggest hypocrites, superficial, the biggest. No one is a true follower of Jesus. I look at Dr. John MacArthur. He owns 3 mansions with all that money. And he's not giving a damn thing to me to get me my dental work I need, to get me my hair transplant so I can be complete. Fuck you, Dr. John MacArthur, you hypocrite. Always preaching to us, you got to give everything up to Jesus. Be saved. And look at him. Look at his ass. Filthy rich millionaire. You hypocrite. Well, what do you expect from a Calvinist? John Calvin was a murderer. I wonder what skeletons you can find in Dr. John MacArthur's closet. He's one of the most unloving Christians I ever met. I hope God calls him to task when he stands before Jesus at the Bema seat. Dr. John MacArthur is one of the most intimidating, unloving pastors I ever saw. I asked him to pray for me in an email. He never got back to me and offered to pray for me. Back in the days where I thought I had committed an unpardonable sin. Kanye West, a celebrity, has no trouble whatever. Not only asking John MacArthur to pray with him, but to mentor him. The book of James. The rich man comes in, everyone in the church says, hey, here, sit up at the front. Someone like me comes in, they say, no, sit in the back row. Goddamn hypocrites. Is Jesus even real? There's no love in this world. People are acting like they did in the 70s. People didn't give a shit. If you are down on your luck, you just went into their business and needed to use the phone, all they said to you was, pay phones out back. You can't use the business phone. Even if you had a dire emergency, they'd let you die or succumb to a calamity before they'd let you use that phone. Boundhead, I just need to produce one song, please. I want the hair transplants. Now, I will say this. If I do not get my hair transplants, I curse God. I curse God. I curse God. I don't want to curse God, but I'm angry. If I cannot be a good-looking guy, that's the one thing I've always wanted since I was 13 years old. Since I was 12 years old. And God doesn't love me enough to give me this. Don't have him just, oh, he died for you, Chris. He did that for everybody. What's he done for just me? Is God even capable of loving somebody? Or is all his love for anybody else only because he loves himself? Brownhead, will you please help me? At least get a song with out to the number one on the top 10. I don't even have to hit the number one spot. If I can just get in the top 10 spot and get a little money and get some happiness, so life can become what it once was to me back in the happier days when I had everything except that I had everything except what I really, really want, to be a good-looking guy. For people to listen to me when I speak. I always spoke, people laughed at me. After 40 years, 30 years, God damn it, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this fucking shit. I ain't taking this no more.